Hi everyone, CJ Hotshot here. Now, if you're a fan of comics like I am, you've probably delved your hand into the trade paperback market or even the omnibus and hardcover market, because, well, look at all these Flash collections I have. Yeah. So, with the Flash Volume 18, The Search for Barry Allen, coming out this week, I want to look at Flash collections that I kind of want to see. And by kind of, I mean definitely want to see. So this won't include things that are already out, like things that are in print and already out. And if these things are already out, it'll probably just be in like a different format, right? So, yeah. Mainly, I just won't be talking about the Wade run, I guess, and the Johns run, because, like, oh my god, I'm not talking about those runs. All the stuff I'm talking about in this video are things that I want to be seen collected at all, or collected in a new format. So, with that being said, let's just jump right into it and see what Flash collected editions I want to see in the next few years that I can say that I own pretty much every issue of The Flash that DC can be bothered to get out. Yeah, that'd be nice, right? Yeah, let's do this. And we're starting at the very beginning with The Flash Golden Age. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is DC's first attempt at reprinting Golden Age issues, which is basically to say they have done it before, and they have done it before, kind of, and we'd just like them to finish it. And also put the first few back in print so that I can buy them. That'd be nice. Yeah. Just see the first ever Flash stories, I guess, from Flash Comics and All Flash from like the 1940s. Like, I know that there's probably like some reasons why they don't reprint Golden Age stuff. There's definitely reasons why they don't reprint Golden Age Captain Marvel, from what I've heard. And that's like the social climate of today. Obviously, yeah. So I'm not sure if there's any of that in the Flash, because I haven't read Golden Age books, but it would be quite nice to hold some Golden Age books in my hands and just like see what was the Flash originally envisioned as and what made Jay Garrick so charming back in the 1940s that he basically held the mantle of the Flash throughout the 40s and people loved it, you know? Because he was basically a war hero in a way. So yeah, that'd be nice. I don't care if it's trades or omnibus, I just like to have it, you know? And that's the Golden Age. I also want to see some Bronze Age stuff. Now, yeah, ideally, Bronze Age omnibuses like they did for the free Silver Age ones, where it's just like, here's every Silver Age Flash story ever. However, DC might just not do that, because they're being really weird about, like, the older collected editions. What they might do, because I know that they've done the Trial of the Flash, Death of Iris West in, like, a hardcover. So I'd at least like to see Trial of the Flash in, like, a deluxe hardcover or whatever. A bit like regular hardcover, like they did with John Byrne's Man of Steel, or like a deluxe hardcover like they do with the DC Rebirth books. Just a way to do all 20 plus issues. They might have to make it an omnibus, who knows. I just want to see it. You know, at least one. Just to say that they've done Trial of the Flash, especially since it is like Barry Allen's most iconic story from before he came back to life. You know? And I think it's kind of an insult that they don't reprint it at all. Like, I know they have the black and white one, but like, it doesn't have any of the colours, so it doesn't count, and it's out of print anyway. Like, it went out of print, like, what, 10 years ago? No, we're not counting that. Yeah. So next is quite simple. William Messner Loebs' run on The Flash, because we've had Mark Waid, we've had Geoff Johns, and yeah, I want to see the Loeb stuff, because we've also seen the Mike Baron run just fully collected in one trade, which had some Loebs issues because of how Mike Baron's run ended. So it's just like, why? It feels like DC are allergic to like fully reprinting Messner Loebs' Flash, which is a bit sad, because like they're fine doing it in like, what, 8-year plus collections for Nobody Dies, and then DC Pride through the years. I'm glad they did the DC Pride through the years thing. But it's just like, I'd quite like to see all of Loebs' run collected. Because like, this is a run where Linda was introduced. This is where Wally's costume and identity was like first established. This is where Wally moved to Keystone. And I just want to read William Messner Loebs' Flash at this point, and I'm too stubborn to read it digitally. Come on, DC. Please. Also, as an added bonus, maybe just the Brian Augustyn annuals, like the Flash Lost Stories by Brian Augustyn or whatever, because I know he did some annuals and like specials that slipped through the cracks in the 90s, because like there was annuals, there was 80-page giants, there was secret files, and like I know they collected a bunch of it in Mark Waid books 7 and 8, but I also know there's stuff that slipped through the cracks that didn't get collected, so I'd quite like to see just like all of that in one thing, if possible. Detective Comics like that one's not necessary. The Lobes is necessary, but the annuals, the Augustyn annuals aren't necessarily necessary. I just quite like them. Yeah, I just want to see the Lobes run collected, at all. Because then I can have, like, even like in the same format that they did for the Waid books, where it's just like the Flash by William Mesner Lobes, books 1 through 4 or whatever, or the Flash by William Mesner Lobes omnibus. Just please, DC, give it to me. Yeah. And now I think we're on the last important one that I want to talk about, just because it feels so easy for DC to do. And that is collecting, Flash 226 through 230, Flash Fastest Man Alive, all of it, all Flash 2007, and Flash 231 through 247. Everything from Geoff Johns leaving the book to Geoff Johns coming back to the book, basically, Collect it as the Flash Lost Years, the Flash Last Man Standing, the Flash Wild Wests, collect it as Fast Money, Lightning in a Bottle, the Changing of the Mantle, collect it as whatever, just make that an omnibus, or like redo the trades for that, because I want to see all of that era like printed like physically. Maybe not 226 through 230. I can give you leeway on that one because I don't really like those issues. But like FMA and Wild Wests and all that, I have it all anyway, right? I have all of that. I have Lightning in a Bottle and Full Throttle. I have Wild West and Fast Money, and I have the singles for All Flash and This Was Your Life, Wally West. It's more that I want to see DC print it in like a big omnibus so that we can so I can put it in between my John's Omnis. I know DC won't do it. I don't know. If not, at least print Fast Money and This Was Your Life, Wally West in like a regular trade, because Fast Money was printed by Titan Comics. That's how I have it, but not Titan Comics. It was Eagle Moss. It was Eagle Moss. So, Eagle Moss went bankrupt like last year or 2 years ago. So, I'd quite like to see DC reprint Fast Money like they did, and maybe also reprint This Is Your Life, Wally West. That's the main story I want them to reprint, because that was by Alan Burnett, and that was like Wally West's finale, and it feels like DC just swept both of Wally's finales under the rug. Like how Tom King swept both of Wally and Linda's weddings under the rug when writing Hick. Oh my god, really? Did I just talk about that? Oh, whoopsie doodle. Yeah, that's the last important one. But other than that, it's just runs that are in print that I'd quite like to see reprinted differently. So obviously people want Joshua Williamson omnibuses, like 3 or 4 of them. I'm not sure if I want that, but I think DC would. I think DC would want Williamson omnibuses, and it makes sense. You can put the names on there: Howard Porter, Scott Collins, Carmine DiGiandomenico, Paul Bellatier. Like, you could put everyone on there, right? And it's like a celebration of past creatives coming back in that run. So that makes sense. We have all the Manapul stuff just collected and whatever. We have the Manapul trades, hardcovers, and omnibus. So you don't need to do Manapul's run again. They even have that omnibus in print. Do I want Venditti and Jensen's run in an omnibus? Yes and no. Yes, because I'd buy it. I'd buy it just to have it, right? And Brett Booth artwork. But no, because if I'm leaving any run out, it'd be that one. So yeah, obviously, once all of Adams' run is printed in trade again, by Flash Volume 18, The Search for Barry Allen. This is the video that's basically telling you to do that. Yeah, I'd quite like to see an Adams omnibus one day as well. Like that's a pipe dream and a half. But especially since it only just ended. But yeah, are there any supplementary stuff that I want reprinted? I'll check. Hang on. Okay, a couple more things. Number 1, DC totally have enough material for Flash Mark Waid Book 9 and Flash Geoff Johns Book 7. I know I wasn't going to talk about these, but we are anyway. Geoff Johns Book 7 would literally just be Flash Brightest Day, And Mark Waid Book 9 would be Flash, Green Lantern, Brave and the Bold, Flash, Wild Wests, and also another issue of Brave and the Bold from like 2008. Like that'd just be easy, right? That's that, right? But there's also like they could put in Dark Crisis Big Bang for Flash Mark Waid for like an extra one, you know? Also, Legends of the DC Universe. That is a big book that DC have just never, ever reprinted as like, cause like that was the idea of like, it was like intro stories for like Silver Age characters and like characters of the time. And they did a Barry Allen story for like 3 issues of it. And I'm quite surprised that they haven't done anything with Legends of the DC Universe. Like I only found about this book like 2 weeks ago. So I'd quite like to, you know, have it in a trade now that it exists. Also, this is a deep cut, right? There's a book called Flashpoint from 1999. Not the 2011 one that I don't count for anything. No. There's a book called Flashpoint from 1999 by Pat McGreal. And of course, like, Pat McGreal's like Lost and Gone, same for like Michael Ringo or whatever. But it's like, Pat McGreal wrote Flashpoint 1999. And it's like my joke. Like, whenever I'm talking about Flashpoint positively, I'm talking about that one, even though I've never fucking read it. And it'd be nice to read it. You know? Like, they could just reprint Flashpoint one day and just see how many people reprint Flashpoint one day, but it's Flashpoint 99 instead. And just see how many people buy it, you know? Because I think it'd be funny. Yeah. Overall, what's the message of this video? Buy Flash trades. It's awesome, right? You basically get almost everything. I think Silver Age Omnibus 3 is out of print. I think so. So I don't have it. But that's like the only thing I'm missing, I think. So, yeah. Alright. Peace out, everyone.